I find this hard to believe.
I was sent here for you.
From the future?
50 years from now.
Could you give me that one more time, please?
Stay with me.
I think I'm just as confused as Professor X is in this scene. I'm Carly Mallenbaum here with Brian Truitt. Today, you're our X-Men expert. Thank you. And we're talking about X-Men Days of Future Past. This movie has a lot of characters.
A lot of characters.
A lot of time traveling. Can you set the scene for us? I know there have been a lot of X-Men movies since 2000. One has come out every 2 or 3 years. So
yeah, there was, and actually the kind of cool thing about this movie is it takes the old cast from the early 2000s movies, and then kind of melds them with the new cast from First Class a couple years ago. The kind of the younger cast from the 60s. So what it actually has come from, it's based on a comic book storyline from the 80s, Days of Future Past and Uncanny X-Men. And what happened there was, and kind of what happens here is, big bad Sentinels are in the future, and it's pretty much kind of a post-apocalyptic landscape, really. I mean, they've wiped out powerful mutants and mankind, and so what Professor X and Magneto have to do is they have to task Wolverine to go back in time, back to 1973, and stop the Sentinels from happening. You know, they have to meet their younger selves and kind of convince them to go on a mission to kind of, what will happen is no more Sentinels kind of later on, so to kind of save humanity and mutant kind and everything like that.
You'll need to go into the past to end this war before it ever begins.
So, and we have Professor X in the present and in the past, and we have Magneto in the present and the past. Wolverine's always looking the same.
Yeah.
And we have Mystique. Who else is an important player here?
They're all important. I think we have some of the, you might remember Ellen Page, who played Kitty Pryde in the originals. She's back in the future, and there's some other, and Iceman's back in the future. And then way in the past, in the 70s, we have the Quicksilver, Evan Peters. His first role is Quicksilver. He's in this.
Oh yeah, we have a few other new characters too, right? Do you know that?
Yeah, and actually Peter Dinklage is Bolivar Trask. He's kind of the bad guy, but he's kind of the one that creates the Sentinels because of a certain thing that happens. So
there's a lot happening. But there's also just a lot of Wolverine and a lot of Mystique.
And Mystique, and I think that's one thing that they haven't really said. We haven't really heard that much. This is really Hugh Jackman and Jennifer Lawrence's movie. Both have a really, really big, important parts in it. So it's kind of cool to see because Hugh Jackman's always awesome. And Jennifer Lawrence, I mean, I dig her more as Mystique than Katniss. I mean, I think Mystique is a really interesting and complex character, not hero, not villain. And so she does a lot of interesting things here.
What's the matter? You don't think I look pretty like this?
And I know Claudia Puig, our film critic, gave this a pretty good review.
Yeah, she likes it.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's good. I don't think I still think the best X-Men movie was X-Men 2 back in the 2000s, and the first X-Men was good. And First Class was good too. And so it's in the middle. It's good.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And now you have a little background about the movie, and it's
hope we didn't confuse you totally.
And whatever, just enjoy the special effects, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And to read more about X-Men, you can check out all of Brian's stories. It's over at life.usatoday.com.